guys, welcome to Braddels Gaming and to another episode of my Far Cry 5 community creation series. A series on the channel where I play other people's maps on the Far Cry 5 arcade, and today we're going to be looking at a map called Cedar Valley Mill by Chaddoo. It is a Xbox One Outpost map, and if you guys want to play it, the map details will be below in the video description. But before I talk about the map, I just had a couple of small announcements to make. The first announcement is an apology in the delay of content this past month. I went away on a holiday, and then for the last 2 to 3 weeks since I got back, I unfortunately fell to a common cold, and so my voice has been very weak. It's been very croaky, and I haven't really been able to make a video because I thought instead of trying to scrape out a video 1, 2, or even 3 weeks ago where my voice was really weak and croaky, I felt like I wanted to wait until I nursed my voice back to 100% health, as I really want to try and strive for top quality videos, and one of the prerequisites for a top quality video is that your audio is top quality, so I felt like a delay in the content was better than trying to scrape out content that wasn't going to be as good. My second announcement for today is a big thank you to a fellow Far Cry YouTube channel and a dear friend in Sam Plays, who was willing to give me a shout out after I gave him permission to use my community creations namesake in his videos for a similar series he does on his channel where he also features other people's maps from the Far Cry 5 arcade. His shoutout gave me some extra support on this channel through some subscribers, so thank you very much for those of you who subscribed to my channel of recent and came from Sam Plays. I really do appreciate the support. It can be quite difficult for a small channel such as myself to know if my channel is going to actually grow to a capacity that is going to be good for me, but also a community that we can establish where we can collaborate our ideas about all things Far Cry. So yeah, I really do want to thank you guys for that support shown to my channel of recent. But now, without any further ado, let's get into the talking points of this map, Cedar Valley Mill by Chaddoo. Now, one of the first things you'll notice when playing this map is that the loadouts are absolutely stacked. And one thing I realized when playing through this map is that the creator has given a lot of empowerment and opportunity to the player to allow them to decide how they want to play. So not only are the loadouts stacked with a lot of stealthy weapons, but in this starter room that the creator has made, there's a lot of ammunition, there's a lot of other guns that suggest a more louder approach. And as you guys can see here, there's a lot of different pathways and arrow signs sort of pointing you guys towards different pathways that you can take as the player. So I think this guy's done a really good job at really allowing the player to empower themselves to choose how they want to play, in both in terms of stealth or loudness, or if they also want to attack the base from a specific direction, they can also do that as well. Now, one thing I'm going to start doing in this community creation series is also provide feedback to the creator. And the first piece of feedback I am offering to do is to make the mountain ranges a little bit more realistic. The mountain pathway that I'm on right now and some of the other mountain pathways that you can see in the distance are quite straight and flattened, and they don't really look too natural looking. So just making those look a little bit more natural and realistic, I definitely think could make this map a lot better in terms of the immersion for the player. Similarly, the middle island where the outpost is located is very squarish, so I think making that a little bit more rounder, maybe adding some rocks and some more textures and that sort of thing could definitely make the map look a lot more natural looking. With that being said, I know how hard the terrain tools can be to master. I myself have not mastered them fully yet. But yeah, these are just general suggestions I'm offering to the creator and to future creators of maps that I'm going to feature on this channel. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm not going to try and nitpick every little thing and list it either as a pro or a con. Most of these videos are more so just going to be to allow these creators to get a lot more exposure in terms of the number of players, in terms of the number of people that play their map and replay their map as well, if it does have good replayability value. And I think this map definitely has some good replayability value. Like I said earlier, it definitely gives you as the player a lot of opportunity about where you want to go, how you want to attack this base, and whether you want to play it stealthily or go all out loud. And as you guys will see in this gameplay today, for the first half of the gameplay, I try and be as stealthy as I can, but it doesn't quite go to plan, as I do alert some enemies along the way, which triggers the alarm, and that leads me to my next pro. One of the things I absolutely love in this map, and it's very unique to find on Far Cry maps, I find, and what it is the number of AIs on this map. Now, you start out trying to kill 20 enemies, and I think that's a really good amount because it allows you to sort of explore the base quite completely, and really allows you to evaluate where everyone is. There is a gameplay modifier which highlights all NPC. In my opinion, I think that should be taken off because you do have binoculars, and I think it would be slightly more challenging, but also a little bit more fun to try and find enemies yourself and spot them yourself. But that's just personal preference, and I know some people prefer highlight NPC, other people don't. But that's not really the point of my pro here. The point that I'm trying to make is that I think 20 enemies is a really good amount to provide a challenge, uh, especially for stealthy players, because you've got to try and, yeah, basically go around the map and take down each enemy without getting detected. And sometimes there's pairs of enemies together, or there's enemies that are in the sightlines of fellow enemy AIs, and so you've got to try and pick out your targets and evaluate which ones to go for so that you don't alert the others. From a attacking standpoint, for example, your plan to go out stealthily doesn't actually succeed in itself, or maybe you just go down to the base and go all out loud to begin with. There is only 10 additional enemies that come with the reinforcements, and why I think this is unique is because I see a lot of maps ruined where the reinforcements that are called in, there's often 50 to 100 enemies in a lot of these maps in terms of reinforcements coming, and I just don't think it makes much sense to have a whole army of reinforcements for one outpost. Even if it's a large outpost, I just don't think that that is a realistic scenario. But also, I think it can get quite repetitive and quite boring and tiresome if you have to kill an extra 50 to 100 enemies. It just sort of makes the gameplay a lot repetitive and makes you really bored of the map. And so I think Chaddoo has done a really good thing here by making the AI count on the map a challenge, but not something that is just going to be too overwhelming or too repetitive. But anyways, that is all I wanted to talk about for this particular map. I hope you guys enjoyed the slightly new format in terms of me providing a little bit more feedback to the creator and sort of breaking down the pros and cons of this map, which is something that I'm going to do for every map that I feature in this community creation series from now on. But as I always do, I'm going to let the gameplay continue to run in the background. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe if you're new around here, and hit the bell icon for future channel notifications. This is Braddels Gaming, I'm signing out now, and remember to have yourselves a great day.